right. I give out one scarf and I should never have... No! I learned my lesson. Never play scarf tug-of-war with a flock of sheep. I wonder what else we can learn about Samuel.
Chris!
Oh, no you don't! Slow down, little one. I got you.
We had quite an adventure meeting Samuel. Our trip took us back to 1100 years before Jesus was born.
My geosensors indicate we have not landed in just any sheep stall. This is a sheep stall at the tabernacle in Shiloh.
Shiloh was a town located 20 miles northeast of Jerusalem. The rugged hills in this area made it hard for enemies to attack this region. Archaeologists discovered many artifacts in the area, including 2 storage rooms full of jars that date back to the time of Samuel and Eli. Samuel lived about 200 years after Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt, and Joshua led them into the Promised Land. After they conquered the city of Jericho, Joshua chose Shiloh as the permanent home for the tabernacle. The tabernacle was a portable temple where the Israelites could worship the Lord. God himself gave the design for the tabernacle to Moses. The walls were linen curtains hung on a wooden frame. A large veil separated 2 large areas inside. The same layout was used when the temple was built in Jerusalem. A lampstand, incense altar, and table for showbread were in the outer area called the Holy Place. The inner area behind the veil, called the Holy of Holies, housed the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark was made out of acacia wood covered in gold leaf. On top were 2 cherubim, or angels, made out of solid gold. The Ark held the stone tablets on which God carved his commandments. God spoke to Moses from the Ark. 200 years later, God spoke to Samuel.
Take as much as you want, but first let us sacrifice the fat to the Lord.
The law allowed priests to eat part of the meat brought for sacrifices after the offering was made to God. However, Eli's sons, Hophni and Phinehas, took the best parts of the meat before the sacrifice was presented.
But what about God? Doesn't he deserve our best?
He's right.
Special tools used in temple ceremonies were made of bronze. This bronze fork, found at the excavation site in Gezer, is like the one used by the sons of Eli.
Now for some questions. God called Samuel and set him aside for a purpose. Throughout his life, in what role did Samuel serve God? Was it as A, judge, B, prophet, C, priest, or D, all of the above? The correct answer is D, all of the above.
Through the years of his life, Samuel was a prophet, a judge, and a wise leader.
Samuel served the priests when he was a child. He would have become a priest once he became an adult. During this time, the Israelites did not have a king. When the people needed a leader, God raised up judges to help them, like Samuel and Gideon. Samuel was also a prophet of God, like Elijah, Elisha, and Daniel. Prophets were people called by God to speak on his behalf.
Next question. What message did the Lord give to Samuel about Eli? Was it A, he would live forever? B, he would become king? C, he would lose the priesthood? Or D, he was a Pharisee?